Hello there. Um, I'm not really reading off of a script right now. For today's topic, I kind of just wanted to sit down and kind of chill a little bit in regards to just everything. I just want to slow down for a moment. Cause, I kind of, I've kind of been thinking a little bit too much. Don't you guys ever get that feeling of like thinking a little bit too much? Well, especially in today's sort of social climate. Growing up, I I was never really secure with myself, and I never really had any self worth, if that actually made sense. Like that idealization of like understanding my self worth and how like how much like I'm actually worth to someone or just to people that I know, you know. Oh god, this is terrible start, but um it was only until recently. It's only until recently where I started to really gain self-confidence, where I really am growing, I guess. I never really had any prospects going up. Um, I was one. It's gonna sound really cringy, but I was basically the guy who sat like in class quiet all the time, never really asserted himself, which I kind of always found it to be really weird because I'm not necessarily super introverted. When I'm comfortable, right, and I'm sure this applies to many other people, but I'm the type of person where if I'm comfortable, I can like really drive the conversation and just be really hype, you know, that sort of shit. Um, it's just an observation that I've kind of made about myself. But yeah, I wasn't really. Despite me saying that, I wasn't really that kind of person, you know. And I found that it's a little bit confounding. I guess my fear of not being accepted, like my attitude not really being accepted, was halting me back from what I am now, I guess. You know that one meme where it's like the class clown in class, and it's just like him being super jolly, and like you know he's being they're being the class clown, you know. And when they're going home, I'm going through that right now, in my classes. Um, but yeah, back to the topic. I used to not really be asserting myself into situations. I guess I never really felt like I fit in actually. Like growing up, and in my teen years, I never felt as though I was really like fitting in, and I kind of hopped friend groups a lot too because I don't know, I just never really vibed with the people that surrounded me, and it's kind of, I don't know. I grew up struggling a lot with just my new emotions that come with growing up, you know, puberty and all that shit. Um, yeah, I was never really taught how to deal with them because you know I grew up in a Asian household, and I don't know, I was just, and in Asian households you're kind of just told to suck it up for the most part. And this was like before I really started using the internet more, and just, I don't know, like exploring myself emotionally, mentally, and stuff like that, and kind of just understanding what I kind of need to do in order for the sake of self-preservation, you know. I mean, even now I'm still trying to get my hands on the right track, you know, my head on the right track. But I like to say that I have a better idea. But even then, you know, we as human beings, this sounds so fucking like holier than thou, but I'm just gonna say that we as humans or I as a person just need to understand that we're going to have bad days. There's like this small speck of perfectionism in me that always that kind of like starts hating on myself a little bit every single time I have a small problem within a day. You know, the most minor issue, and I don't know, it ruins my day at times, you know? Like I have learned to kind of curb it, but at the same time, it's definitely something I need to work on. I grew up really sensitive to things. It's not really an exact science, but I'm pretty sure it's called being a highly sensitive person. And it's not something that you can really diagnose yourself with, if that makes sense. It's not like something that will be recognized by a psychologist. At least that's what I think. I am majoring in psychology, and we haven't really gotten to anything like HSPs. So, but I am only in my second year, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, I guess. And growing up, I don't know. I kind of felt a sense of I didn't belong. You know what I mean? Like, granted, I have friends now, but jeez, back then, I don't know. There was always the part of me that really wanted to just be friends with everyone, and I remember this so vividly. I always wanted to make things work, and I was like a people pleaser. Like a constant people pleaser. Like, Jesus Christ, man, I never really knew how to fight back for myself, all for the sake of like keeping the peace and making sure that other people got what they wanted. I don't know, man. I used to also have a really bad temper as well. I don't know, man. It got to a point where people in my school kind of like knew me as the guy who would like rage and shit. And I laugh about it now, but it hurt, you know. And I've hurt people unknowingly because of that. Not like in like the permanent scar sort of thing, but it's just like a human thing, you know. Like I don't know, stupid kid things, you know. We do stupid stuff when we're younger. I mean, even now. I've just entered my early 20s. But, yeah, man. It's fucked. But it's not all bad. Right? It's not all bad. Let's be real. I think that so long as we get ourselves out there and just try to live, if that makes sense. But then again, living is subjective and blah 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 blah, all that sort of shit. But in the traditional sense, I guess, where it's like getting yourself out there, you know, getting your name out there, just vibing with people surrounding you, then you must be doing something right, I guess. Another thing that I don't know. And this, I kind of want to say this. This is a message that goes out to anyone just dealing with any issue right now. I wish you the best, seriously. I understand that everyone has their own issues. I'm starting to understand that, at least. Like, when I was younger, here we go, another younger thing, but when I was younger, I used to kind of be like, I never really understood why people did the things that they did. You know what I mean? It was weird. Because, let's say someone would be like, punking me, like, they're trying to make a fool out of me, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, and then I wouldn't understand why. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, damn, bro, why you gotta be such a hater? You know, such a hater. But, the more I start to really, like, hone in on the why, the more I'm just like, they probably also had their own issues too. Um, yeah, everyone's got issues, man. Fucking sucks. But it's not, like I said earlier, it's not all bad, you know. Growing up, you kind of also I'm starting to also just understand that I'm kind of responsible for my own well-being. And well, when I say that, when people used to say that, I didn't really understand that either. I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well-being. What does that mean? And then I don't know. I just never knew. But now it's more so just not only physically but mentally, and I would even claim spiritually. Like at least for me, even on a spiritual like sort of sense, I kind of I need that grounding for me, you know. Sometimes I get so lost in it, you know. I get so lost in the thoughts that I just that everything turns hazy, if that makes sense. Like, I get so lost in thought at times, and I'm sure that many people deal with this sort of stuff too, and I'm not the only one, you know. It's kind of a thing that a lot of us are just going through right now. And if you are, then I wish the best for you too, man. And I'm sorry that's happening to you. It's tough at times, you know. Like, your brain truly is your worst enemy. With all the overthinking, and negative thoughts, anxiety, and like it sucks sometimes, man. But just wanna let y'all know that whoever ends up watching this, that I'm proud of you, genuinely. Like, if you still here and you're not hurting anyone, you're trying your best to just live life, then you're a real one, you know? You're not out here, like, going out on the streets and, like, harassing people, right? You're trying to just do good. Be decent. Let's not even say good. Let's say, like, decent. You're trying to be a decent person, you know? And I think that's what all of us should strive to at least be. Being decent, you know? We can't always be a net good for the for society. Society moment. But we can't always be good. You know what I mean? We can't always be bad neither. So I guess we should just all just strive to be decent. Help each other out whenever able, but never forget to take care of yourself as well.